I mean, your
All
voice
right,
a
all
little
right.
ahead of your face, but I'm okay with it.
Man, that's why it's our
You're more
first episode.
entertaining that way.
You have to have problems, or it would just look flawless. And then
Grow
I don't know, like
hashtag growth mindset. I don't know if you know what the growth
yeah, that's
mindset
what
is.
it is. That's what.
Sean
No,
McDermott believes
that's
in
it.
it. So
That's it. That's all it is. But anyways, we're back live. We're here. And we were talking about a guest that we had. Um,
you were hyping him up pretty big here.
I was hyping them up. Sorry, I'm getting messages coming in a lot. I'm just trying to make sure we're live, and it looks like we are. But I was hyping up a looks good. Thanks, Colin. I appreciate you. So we've got the audience saying that we look good. But anyways, where was I? So I jumped in this dude's DM, and I'm sitting here and I'm messaging him, right? And he finally
Mm.
messaged me back. He's got his own IMDb page. He put out a viral rap about Josh Allen, which by the way is awesome. He had ketchup mustard all over his face. That right there was ridiculous. In fact, this Sunday I was playing it in the kitchen while I was cooking, and my wife was like, "Is that on repeat?" And I was like, "Duh, it is. Of course it's on repeat." But that's none other than my man, Chris Collins, and he will be here at 3, 2, 1. Boom! There he is. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, guys? How's it going? Thanks for having me.
We're struggling to begin with, but you know what? I think we're really gonna have this going good here in a minute.
Sweet.
Pierre said call him. All right, I'll be right back. Steve. I'm gonna let you just talk.
Just gonna leave it to me. All right. Wow.
Yeah, just for two minutes, okay?
Okay. Well, this is unexpected, and I'm on the spot here. But Chris, how are you doing this evening out there in sunny Los Angeles?
I'm doing really well, man. I really appreciate you guys having me. I am happy to be here.
Yeah, I just want you to take a minute to just sort of rub it in to everyone watching from like Buffalo about just the kind of weather. Are you on a rooftop right now? Is that where you at?
I am. I decided to take advantage of my situation today and just show everyone, what LA is like for a second, but not all what it's meant out to be sometimes. I have a quick question. How can I shoot this link out to my family and friends? Can you help me share this to everybody?
That would be a Casey question, but I believe there should be a link to if you go to the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube page and you open up the live video, you can go from there and you can share the link to this episode.
Got it. Thank you so much. All right, I got it.
We have officially lost Casey. He's gone dark here. I'm just gonna keep drinking. Maybe this will all resolve itself. I like that hat. Where'd you get that hat?
Thank you, sir. I believe it was an eBay find. I think that's where the best here comes from is eBay. Wow. I want to shout out Tim LaRue saying go Bills. He is a friend of mine, and for him to be in this chat is just humbling. So Tim LaRue, thank you for staying Connecticut's own. So you're in Arizona. What's it like there today? Is it pretty 100 degrees?
When they tell you it's a dry heat, like they can go screw themselves because when it's like 100, 110, 120, it's 110, 120. Like it's the difference between like the East Coast hot and the West Coast hot. I mean, you're closer to the ocean, so it's nicer for you. But it's like the difference between a sauna and an oven. So maybe I sweat a little less, but it is still just as hot.
Oh my gosh, dude, that sounds unbearable. You look like you're in like a dark cave wearing a hoodie. Are you?
I know. I'm actually shooing a terrorist video after this, so I'm just killing two birds with one stone.
Cool. That's not cool.
Are you
a terrorist video? What I missed? Was Chris saying something cool that I need to like inform people of next time?
Where he got his hat,
bro. Where did you get your hat? Like that on eBay? Is it on eBay? I'm gonna have to rewatch my own show to figure out where you got your hat. Nah, that's not cool.
Yeah, dude. We need the viewers
cool at all. So what we're planning on doing today? Obviously, we've been having some miscues, a lot of miscues, but this is our first episode, so it's gonna happen. So we apologize first off, but that's okay, right? We're only gonna get better. We're gonna have like 50 billion episodes. We're gonna be like friends when they don't know when to end, right? So what we would like to do is I'm gonna have Steve over here, and he's gonna tell us how he became a Bills fan and who he is, and just introduce himself because y'all don't know us. Y'all know Rico, right? Y'all know Rico, and that's okay, right? I want you to know Casey and Steve. Okay, so go ahead, Steve. Tell us how'd you become a Bills fan?
Well, first of all, my name is Steve Mathis. I'm host of the Bills Guys podcast right here on the Buffalo Fanatics Podcasting Network. Drops every Monday morning, shameless plug. So head over to iTunes and check that out on the Buffalo Fanatics Podcasting Network. But I'm happy and proud to be part of the Bing Squad. I was born and raised in Grand Island, New York. I spent the first 25 years of my life as a Buffalonian. I've been a Bills fan since birth. My dad is a huge Bills fan. Myself and my father, we were Bills fans for 10, 15 years. Before I moved out west here to Arizona. So I got some great tailgate stories that I can't wait to share over the course of, the history of the show. I got some great tailgate stories to share with you guys. But I moved to Arizona about 4 years ago. And what I absolutely love about Bills Mafia is, I'm not going to lie, I said this when I was with Rico on the draft show. I almost moved home about 10, 15 times with my tail between my legs and took a job that I was miserable that I would have been miserable at, because I'm a teacher and there's not very many jobs for teachers in New York State. So because of things like Buffalo Fanatics and the Bills Mafia and the online community, I'm able to sort of enjoy home without actually being home. So kudos to you guys who are watching. Kudos to you guys who interact with us on the podcasting network and interact with us on Twitter and Facebook. Every single day, communicating with you helps me feel like I'm at home, and sort of helps me, what up from Denver? Like, Bills fans, Bills Mafia is everywhere. I will be walking through a shopping mall and somebody will yell across the room and ask me to jump through a folding table, or they'll just yell Bills Mafia from across like a mall. It's crazy. Every time I go out wearing a Buffalo shirt, at least one person stops me and I make a new friend. So the Bills Mafia community is so special to me because it still makes me feel like home, even though, I've been forced to leave my home.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm still learning more about you as it is right now. Me, just to introduce myself.
I heard your story is a little crazy, because I think we can all tell from your accent that you're not from Buffalo.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I wish. My story is a little bit crazy. Okay, so I grew up in Tennessee. I've been in Tennessee my whole life. But I'm the youngest of three boys, right? So I've got two older brothers, right? And we fought, like, we were right back to each other, right? I think the oldest he's 3-4 years older than me, something like that. So we were right back to back, and we always fought. And of course, I've got an attitude problem. Judge, you know this. You work with me, so you know I've got an attitude problem. So and we always fought. So my mom, bless her heart, she's an angel, and she said, you know what, Casey, you're going to Tallahassee. You're gonna go to Florida, and you're live with your uncle for the summer. And now Bills Mafia over there, we get it. Buffalo is like way that way, and Tallahassee's like way that way. Okay, so two opposite ends of the country. But when I was down there, like, my uncle, he's my hero. Shout out Uncle Robert. Like, he was showing me like football. Like, he was really introducing me to football, and I started becoming a Florida State fan. So every summer I'd go down there and I'd be a Florida State fan, right? And I'd come back up home, and there's nobody who's a Florida State fan up here until they won the national championship in 2013, and then it just is what it is, right? But I started becoming a Florida State fan, and then what happened in what was it, the 2013 draft, something like that? Buffalo drafted EJ Manuel. In fact, somewhere behind me, I have an EJ Manuel jersey hanging up. I'm a big EJ fan. I've always liked EJ, but EJ. Then there it is. Thanks. I appreciate that. But then I fell in love with, like, the city. I fell in love with the people. Like, they reminded me of home, like how down to earth they were, how nice they were, polite they were. It just reminded me of home. In fact, I cried when we made the playoffs for the first time. Like, I cried. Right. And my wife, yeah, absolutely. So my wife was with me, and we were dating at the time, which, surprise, she still stayed with me after seeing a grown man cry over football. But just watching the locker room, and then the fans in Miami, and then everybody just cheering, and Buffalo made a hype video saying "We are Buffalo" or something like that. Like, and my wife was like, "You've never been to Buffalo. Like, why do you even care?" And I was like, "You just wouldn't understand, right? You just don't understand." And I just started to love Buffalo. I did a couple of years in the Army, 8.5, 9, something like that in the Army. And when I was getting out, I told my wife, I was like, I want to do something that I've always wanted to do. And I've always wanted to write.
Years, and then 8.5 or 9 years.
It varies depending on who you ask. Yeah, but I did a few. I did a little bit.
That's crazy, bro. Like, 9 years is not a couple years, man.
It was pretty much my whole adult life. Yeah, I didn't go to college. I just went straight into the Army.
School of Hard Knocks, man.
No, but I love the Army. I loved my time in the Army. I loved everything about the Army. I loved that aspect of it. But what was I saying? I want to do something. I want to write. I want to talk about sports. And Pierre found me like a little baby bird. He found me. He said, "Come with me, Casey." And I said, "No, man, I don't want to." And he said, "Just do it." Right. And I said, "All right, bet. Like, I'll just do it." And here we are. Like, I think I joined in February, or I joined the team and family, the family here at Buffalo Fanatics in February. And dang, man, I've got my own podcast now. It comes out tomorrow, in fact. So if you're listening to this now and you're like, dang, I like this guy ranting, go and listen to my podcast Tuesdays. It's Trust the Process. And I also write. And now me and Steve, we have our own YouTube show. So that's kind of who I am.
Fun fact about EJ Manuel is I was actually an EJ Manuel truther, man. To this day, I will still defend EJ Manuel and say that if he came into a better situation, he might have been a better quarterback here in Buffalo. But my friends liked to harp on me so bad that I was an EJ Manuel fan that they actually bought me a pink ladies EJ Manuel jersey and used to make me wear it around to things like tailgates and such. So yeah, it was that's my experience with EJ Manuel. I'm a truther for any quarterback the Bills draft, but anyone who wants to ever hack into my personal accounts, the word Lostman is somewhere in my password for almost everything.
Word.
So you can steal my bank account, you can steal anything you want. The word I'm not saying it's the whole thing, but it's somewhere in almost every single.
I'm not telling you my password because it's like
a rogue overshare, but we love that.
All right, so that's us. This is the these are the hosts of the Judge and Read show. I wanted to do read and judge, but then people were like, well, we have to read something, and then we're going to judge it, and it starts sounding like a 4-H competition. So we decided to scrap that idea. So that's us. Let's find out who Chris is. So Chris, tell us. You're in California. You have your own IMDb page. You're an actor. Like you're famous, and we're just some scrubs, right? So tell me about yourself.
The only one here without a beard. The only one here without a beard.
Come on, man. You got to get
it. It's a quarantine, man.
It is.
Dude,
I'm gonna have mine forever.
I tried to grow a beard. It just looks like I'm muddy. It looks like I'm dirty. But I'm from Buffalo, man. I'm a normal person, just like you, man. I'm not famous or anything like that. That's not true. I do have an IMDb page because I'm trying to be an actor. So my representatives told me to figure that out. Part of the paperwork of being an actor is just having a tidy IMDb page. So that's just part of the game. But it doesn't make me special. But I'm a Bills fan.
Now, there was something I was going to ask, but I didn't have to go through your agent to get into contact with you. I just slid into those DMs like I was thirsty, and I was like, "Hey, man, what's up? Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to come on my show or what?" So I'm glad I didn't have to go through your agent because then I'd have to be a little bit more professional with it. Yeah.
Clearly, you could tell from the start of this podcast, professionalism is not what
it's gonna be top tier. It's gonna be up there. So,
yeah, after you win your first Oscar, when you come on to talk about it, this will be a much more professional setup.
I've been in a couple of movies myself.
Humbled to be here, guys.
Have you ever considered working with Vincent Gallo, famous Buffalo actor?
66, one of the low darkest comedies ever made, and I went to St. Joe's, and he actually relieves himself on a fence behind St. Joe's in the movie. So, shout out to Vincent Gallo, dude. That's a great.
I mean, who hasn't done that?
I mean, we're still waiting for the sequel, Buffalo 69. I'm ready for it.
Ooh, I'd watch that.
He's not making movies anymore after the Brown Bunny thing, but shout out to him for making a movie in Buffalo, and it looked really good to me. He had those red boots on. It was a dark, funny movie. If you like dark comedies like me, that's a good movie to watch.
Oh, I love dark comedies. So my question to you is, how did you get into the YouTube gang? You're making all these movies, and then follow-up question: who is that girl that films for you? Because when you were rolling over the couch with the banana, she's just clearly right there in the mirror, and I was like, bless her heart. Who is that?
Yeah, I was gonna edit that out, but I feel like leaving it
in. It's live. You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, never mind. You could edit that out, but I thought it looked good.
No, it was too crucial of a shot. But that is my girlfriend, Ella Paletti. She's actually a musician. So if you go to my page, I'll put up her music later tonight. She's got a great voice. So shout out to her.
Okay. Word.
Make a Bills theme song this summer. We're trying to bait her into singing a little black and yellow Bills version, like blue and red, maybe something like that.
Yeah. So your creative thinking, how do you start coming up with these videos, right? You did the office one, you did the one that I showed my wife, which was the crime scene one, and then my favorite, which is the Josh Allen rap. How do you just come up with these things? Are you just sitting there? Do you have a round table? What's going? Do you get drunk, or are you like, man, I'm gonna get drunk and just start doing stuff?
Thanks, dude. I am totally sober when I come up with these ideas.
Word.
So I just feel like I'm trying to find the most common denominator for people to watch these because, I want Bills fans to laugh at this, but not everyone that follows me is going to be a Bills fan. Like my Instagram is barely Bills fans, but my whole Twitter is Bills Mafia. So I'm trying to think of something everyone's seen because I have this specific taste where I was going to do like an American Psycho thing, but then someone said, I've never seen that. And,
whoa, hold up. Are they friends with you?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
I know it. I know of it.
How do I hide?
I've used GIFs from it before.
See,
go watch it.
The most common denominator shows. So, The Office is something everyone's seen, and it's a really specific thing. I feel like I could mimic, as well as like Law and Order. That's kind of what I did with the last one.
Yeah.
And The Sopranos was like the other one that really kind of made it take off. So these are things people are familiar with, and they can like relate it. And that's why I come up with things like that. And then the rap video, I just figured that was just me trying to look really silly. So people are going to laugh at it regardless.
So I want to discuss this because y'all have been talking in the thread for like 4 or 5 times. First off, Aiden, I'm sorry that you're a Mets fan. We appreciate you watching, but there's an H. It's where's Rico and an apostrophe. Judge is a math teacher, so he'll call you out on that. But what I wanted to talk about is like Rico still has his show, but what me and Judge are doing is this is our debut show. So this is a brand new weekly show that we'll be doing every Monday at this time. This is now our show. Rico is not going anywhere, guys. Don't feel bad. He just won't be on Monday nights. I don't think is that correct, Steve? He just won't.
Yeah, no, he's usually Wednesday and the weekend. So
yeah. So we'll be taking care of the Monday night crew. This is us. So I'm sorry, but we appreciate you watching, Aiden. We appreciate you.
Whatever. If you have any suggestions for how we can be more entertaining, by all means, let us know. I can do some impressions. I've done it before. I'm actually not a math teacher. I just have the word Mathis in my name, so he likes to say that. I'm a social studies teacher, but
God, he ruined it for me. I'd never want to find out what subject he teached, but there it is. Anyways, back to Chris, our glorious friend out in California. Man, hey, the state's opening up Friday. How do you feel about that? Is it going to be hard to? Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere, but that's cool.
So, do you have a day job? I know that you're aspiring to be an actor, and you are an actor. You've been in a couple of shows. So, do you have a day job right now? Are you allowed to talk about your day job, or is making videos for Bills Mafia?
Totally. Yeah. My day job is a graphic designer. So I actually used to be a graphic designer for in 2014. I worked at One Bills Drive for a whole season. It was the Kyle Orton year. You remember that year? We met 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. EJ was there.
I went from there with Kyle Orton, and then I went and worked for the 49ers for a year. That was really fun. And then I moved to LA. So I'm a graphic designer. I do freelance during the day, and I'm working on acting and auditioning and writing. So that's what I do.
When you worked for the Niners, who was the head coach?
Head coach Jim Tom Sula.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yes.
Yeah. Kind of a throwaway year, but you know what? Shout out to Jim Tom Sula, one of the nicest head coaches of all time. Every time he saw me, he would ask my name and introduce himself as if I didn't know who he was and ask how my day was going.
Well, I'm sure of all the head coaches in the National Football League, Jim Tom Sula is probably the guy who most could have just walked out into public and just done his own thing and had no one recognize him.
Yeah, he's very under the radar. But he was coaching there forever, and they couldn't find a head coach after the Harbaugh walkout. So they said to him, "Hey, man, can you be the head coach for like a year, and we'll pay you a ton to walk away after? Just stand there." And he was like, "You got it, guys." So he took the L for them for a whole year. I think we won like 5 games. It was a tough place to be sometimes, but love working there. Great people there. Have
you ever met Kyle Orton? Is that something you've done?
I did. The day Kyle Orton was hired, the intern room at the Bills used to be this room where whoever came in the building, had to get their security picture taken right behind my desk. So the day they signed him, I'm sitting at my desk. He just walks in. I was like, wow, here it is. And
I picture. Oh, sorry. I picture Kyle Orton being like Johnny Appleseed and just walking around One Bill's Drive, just like leaving little scraps of dip everywhere for like little skull trees to grow. Like, do you ever share a dip with Kyle Orton?
I didn't, but I sat in a room with him in silence for like 5 minutes, and after a while, I was finally like, "So, did you find a place?" Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, the wife's coming up today. We're gonna look around." I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome. So, where are you from?" And we talked, and he was really nice. He's super cool. He's a great dad. He always he was dressing up for Halloween and like running around the building in like this funny Frozen costume for his daughter, or son. He's a really cool dad.
Yeah, because there's like that old time photograph that's like super infamous of, what was it, Len Dawson like sitting on the sideline like smoking a cigarette. Kyle Orton, I think, is the last guy you'll ever see in the National Football League literally putting a lipper in the middle of a game, just on national television, just packing a lipper on national TV before he goes out for a drive. I've never seen anything like it.
No. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I saw Jay Cutler doing that. But Jay,
I'm pretty sure Kyle Orton and Jay Cutler are related. I mean,
I bet they are. I love Jay Cutler. So we have some ideas for your next video. We have a couple ideas. We're not trying to no free advertisements, I should say. But if you do happen to use them, we do deserve credit. Steve's idea was Jake Fromm on The Bachelor.
We need to see it. Jake Fromm is The Bachelor. Have you had a chance to scroll through Jake Fromm's Twitter feed?
No, I haven't looked at it.
It is
beautiful
like,
man.
There are advertisements for Buffalo Wild Wings where he's sitting there eating Buffalo Wild Wings in like the most crazy pose ever. He's got like the backdrop of a panini for paninis. Like literally everything that man does is a walking advertisement. He's holding up like fish, like out hunting, but he seems to look like he's also at the same time like got all his makeup done before he went out hunting. Like, it is, Jake Fromm will be The Bachelor within 5 years, so I think that you should get ahead of it.
He's a legend. His agent is working hard for him. That's awesome.
And then there was one more you had, didn't you?
Buffalo Bills as WWE wrestlers. I think that's something everyone can get behind.
Sure. Yeah.
That was his polite way of saying, I'm not ever gonna make that, Steve. You're dumb. Like, he said, sure, yeah, okay.
He doesn't want to wear the tights. He doesn't want to wear the tights.
Scrap that. I'm not doing that.
My apartment. Everything's in my apartment, but you know what? I can jump off my bed or whatever onto something.
I also like doing an Avengers. So who are your famous 6 Avengers on the Bills? That's who I would do. Obviously, Josh Allen is Captain America. Obviously, the leader. Obviously, but after that, I don't know. That's a good question.
Follow Marvel or the superhero stuff. So that goes right over my head. I don't know.
Wow, nerd.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag on that. But hey, go Bills.
Like, you want to be in a Marvel movie because you want to get on that Marvel regiment, right? You want to get on that ripped, like, nice. Yeah, get a 6-pack.
Yeah. I was in a show called Legion that was in the Marvel universe. So
yeah, I love it's in the X-Men Legion, but
So.
Really, you were in Legion? I watched that. Which season though? I didn't watch like season 2.
Yeah, season 2.
Oh yeah, well, there it is. I didn't watch it. Dang. Josh Allen is Ant-Man. I don't know if I see him as Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Rudd. Yeah,
Paul Rudd. Big Paul Rudd fan.
Who is your favorite actor?
Ooh, it changes every day. I got a top list. I mean, I love Christian Bale. I love Matt Damon. It rotates though. I can't keep it one person at a time.
Would you consider yourself a method actor, like a Daniel Day-Lewis? Do you really like to just hone in on your characters?
I love Daniel Day-Lewis. He's also one of my favorite actors. Method acting can be unhealthy at times. I have yet to get a role big enough for me to be a method actor. Like, I've had like
let's take your crime scene episode for an example. Like, what if you would have sat there for 8 hours eating ranch and watching the Music City Miracle and Wide Right on repeat for 8 hours? That's method acting right there. Could you handle that?
No, that would be horrible.
No, that's why it was part of a crime scene, Steve.
Yeah, that would be torture, but I like that. That would be hard, but you're not wrong.
So let's get into something that we all want to know, right? And it's not the schedule, not yet. We'll get there, I promise you. Let's talk about our favorite draft picks. And I'm gonna let Steve go first. So Steve, who is your favorite draft pick?
I think everybody at this point who's ever heard me speak knows that my favorite draft pick is Zach Moss out of the University of Utah. I mean, people are going to love Zach Moss like they love Fred Jackson. He is just a low center of gravity, vision and contact balance runner, north and south, all yards after contact galore. If you loved Fred Jackson, you're going to love Zach Moss. He's going to win over Bills Mafia real quick with his style of play. I think he is sort of like a blend between Travis Henry on the ground, and I think you're going to see a lot of him through the air in the passing game, like you see out of like a Kareem Hunt when he was in Kansas City. So Zach Moss, I think, is going to be a player that really surprises people. A knee injury kept him from going probably in the second round with your guy Cam Akers, but steal in the third round. Zach Moss from the University of Utah.
You love Zach Moss. You love him so much that you wish you were marrying him.
Don't tell my fiance that. Yeah, don't tell my fiance that.
I'm just saying, you talk about him all the time. In fact, me and you have famously gone back and forth over who would rather have. And real quick, the guy that was
he looked better in a wedding dress than Ricky Williams.
Okay. Okay. There was a guy talking about this show has nothing to do with bison. My man, I think you stumbled down the wrong YouTube.
This is actually a Buffalo Bison's podcast. This is National Geographic.
And here we see the American bison grazing in his natural habitat. My mom just texted me and I said, I'm on YouTube. And she said, I'm driving. I'll call you back. Like, those automatic messages like, God, yeah, can't stand stuff like that. Chris, who was your favorite draft pick? I know you were watching it just all the time. Who was your favorite draft pick?
Yeah, my favorite draft pick was this young stud named Stephon Diggs and the Vikings. And his tape is great. He's been in the NFL, which means he's a great draft pick already. And that's what my favorite draft pick is. So that's it. That's all I got.
You think his salary, you think they're overpaying him? I mean, to get him as a draft pick, you think they're kind of overpaying him?
No, I feel like he's going to blow up. And I feel like, we already have John Brown and Cole Beasley, and him and John Brown had similar numbers last year. So now we have two John Browns, basically. And I love John Brown. So I feel like they're going to help each other get open. Someone's going to have to double cover one of them. And if not, even Cole Beasley will be out there open sesame. So, Gabe Lewis obviously really good. Isaiah Hodges really good. But I just want to see Stephon Diggs in the red and blue. Someone send him a jersey. Let's get a picture. I'm tired of these swaps.
There's been some decent – you're tired of the swaps. I was going to say, there's been some decent ones.
I want the real thing. I can put
turn on the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube page every Sunday at 1. You can see him in the Madden Sims. Yeah. I was getting way too invested in that game yesterday.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, Josh Allen threw for 419 yards, man. I mean, come on.
I mean, I've heard rumors that the media is losing their mind right now over Josh Allen throwing over 300 passing yards. That's just the rumors I've heard.
I think they're accusing us of changing the AI settings on the Madden. There's no way he could throw for over 300.
That's Jets fans. They're looking at hashtag Jets or something like that, and they see it. And one guy was like, "This isn't even real life." I was like, "Really, dude? Really?" Like, yeah, no, it's obviously a computer. Like, it's obviously a computer. I don't know how much more I have to go into that. My favorite draft pick was AJ Epinesa. Surprisingly, at first I was like, I made that kind of face. But then when you start to kind of relax a little bit and you start realizing like this man was supposed to go in the first round, and for some weird reason he fell all the way down to us. And a lot of people have asked me like, oh, what do you think he fell? Why did you think he fell? Well, it goes back to what me and Steve said like a long time ago. Like maybe the combine wasn't built for him, right? It just wasn't. So a lot of these people are looking at his combine and getting too obsessed, and the word that I've been using, or phrase I've been using, is combine drunk over him. And he just fell, and lucky for us, he fell to pick 54. So I really like that pick.
I think that I think part of it is he looks a lot like a Game of Thrones character, and I think that people still had a bad taste in their mouth with how bad the final season was, that it really affected his draft stock. But a couple people in the comment section here have said Isaiah Hodgins. Do not sleep on Isaiah Hodgins. His red zone statistics at Oregon State were simply disgusting. If you look at Sports Information Solutions, the analytics company, they went through and they reviewed Isaiah Hodgins. I think he was targeted 29 times in the red zone in his time in college. Of those 29 throws to him, 22 of them were catchable footballs. He had 0 drops, I believe. It might have been 1 drop, like 19 touchdowns. Like 19 of 22 of the catchable balls thrown to him in the red zone in his time in college. The guy's got mitts, and the guy can make plays in the red zone. So Josh Allen showed in that Houston playoff game that he can make those difficult contested catch throws. You know, John Brown couldn't get his foot down on the sideline. Duke Williams couldn't come down with that ball in the red zone. So now you have a guy like Isaiah Hodgins who can make those difficult catches. Like, you look at his highlight reel, there are some OBJ-looking catches on there. I think he had 3 drops his entire, college career. You put a guy like that as your 4th, 5th receiver, and you just, even if you just use him in the red zone, just him playing 20% of the snaps this year, he could become a fan favorite just because of the way he has the ability to change the game in the red zone. So don't sleep on Isaiah Hodgins. Good for the 3 or 4 people in the comment section being wiser than us and choosing Isaiah Hodgins.
Sick.
For those of you who are just joining us, my name is Casey, and this is Steve, and we are the Judge and Read Show. We are now coming in on Monday night, so every Monday we'll be gracing your TVs, your computers, your phones, your Samsung fridges. We will be there. We will be bright and early. We'll be just all up in your face. But we are judged. We are joined today. We are judged today. We are judged today.
He's probably judging at this point
by Chris Collins. But Chris Collins joins us. Chris Collins is known for his great Buffalo fandom and his Buffalo Bills YouTube videos, or just, is it on YouTube? Is it on YouTube? Maybe I should know that. As the host of a show, I feel like I should know that.
I put like 1 or 2 of them on YouTube just to test it out.
1 or 2. See, I got it. I got it right.
Twitter and Instagram.
Uh-oh. The king has said it. You are all killing it. Chris Collins is the man. He said it, not me.
$9.99.
That's coming from the boss right there.
Thank you, Pierre.
All right. So a lot of y'all are asking questions. We're actually going to do a question and answer a little Q&A like SMP. We're going to be doing that later on in the show. So save your questions. I saw a really good one up there about Hauschka that I definitely want to talk about because I'm a big fan of kickers. Dang, where were we going? What was next? What was next up on the show, Steve?
I think we're on to the fan Q&A section.
We're on to the fan Q&A. All right, bet.
You went a little rogue. You went out of order. You just started asking Chris questions. I think you were just so awestruck and starstruck. You completely put segment 3 in front of segment 2, but that's all right.
What was segment 2? Was segment 2?
Segment 2 was the draft pick.
Oh, what was segment 3?
Asking Chris questions.
We can ask Chris some more questions.
I'm here.
All right. My question to you, Chris, and this one's for Muhammad over on the side, is how many primetime games do you think the Buffalo Bills are going to get this year? I think we're going to get some primetime games, if you ask me.
Sure. I'm going to go out on a huge limb and say 3, because last year the Browns got like 5, and we're the new Browns. The Browns have proven that they can't figure it out, and we are the new sleeper from the Midwest that everyone's going to jump on the bandwagon, and we're the Browns got like 10 Monday night games last year, and like Sunday nights and a Thursday. So I'll say they're going to give us a Monday night at home. I think ESPN wants to drive the bus to Buffalo and do a show there and put Chris Berman through a table, or Booger or somebody, maybe. I don't know.
Eat Applebee's wings again.
Yeah, that was such a dark day for I'll say a Sunday night, a Thursday night, and a Monday. I'll say 3.
I'll tell you what. I was going to, obviously we don't know what's going on in the world. I just pulled up the Bills schedule because for some reason I thought we were playing one of the LA teams in LA this year, but it turns out we're playing both LA teams at home, both the Chargers and the Rams. So that's a little disappointing because we would have had to hook you up with the Buffalo Fanatics Instagram handle or our Snapchat handle. We would have had to have you out in the parking lots putting on a show. So unfortunately, unless you want to make a trek up to San Francisco, there will not be an opportunity for you to do that this year.
I'll say this: my sister lives there, but that stadium is a little too nice. It's a little too champagne and charcuterie. I'm gonna go to that Broncos game in Denver with my other sister who lives out there.
Oh,
Shout out to
nice.
Aaron and Jake in Denver. I'm gonna be at that Broncos game. So
all right, well, we'll have to hook you up, get you out there in the parking lot, and get you talking with the mafia. Maybe creating some more viral videos. I'll be in. If they allow fans in the stands, I'll be in Vegas and I will be in Arizona. So that should be a good one.
I will be in Tennessee. So the next question comes from Truth to Heart's awesome name, and it says, "Hey Chris, mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?" And choose the right one. Choose the right question or choose the right answer.
I'm kind of indifferent, man. I mean, I just put a little bit of organic mayonnaise on my sandwich, but I was out of mayonnaise last week, and I used my roommate's Miracle Whip, and it was good.
Duke's mayo above all else. Duke's is the bomb.
I'm not a hill over mayo. I'm a blue cheese guy.
This guy. Go down there and tell him we're doing a live show right now, and he ain't no needing that. All right. Where are the other questions?
Hot wings, barbecue, or mild?
Mild. Oh, come on. This guy right here is talking about, man, he loves Bass. He says, I think Bass is going to be one of the best picks this year, and he will be one who will be here the longest. He can boom it out of the end zone, make field goals too. I like the Bass pick. I'm a big kicker guy. I won't apologize.
I said this in our podcast, and I think this is a pick that maybe we as Bills fans, like, it shocked me. When they made this pick, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I was on Facebook. Kicker. I was on Facebook Live, and people were like, "What's your reaction?" I'm like, "I honestly have to Google this guy. I don't have a reaction, and I'm supposed to be the draft guy." So, but I think we probably should have seen this coming because Sean McDermott was one of the most aggressive coaches on fourth down last year in the National Football League. One of the most. If you look at the statistics, he was one of, if not the most aggressive coach on fourth down in the National Football League. I'm sorry, but having seen Sean McDermott for 3 years, that seems to me like Sean McDermott was going against his nature. And I look back at that Cleveland game last year when he was petrified to send Stephen Hauschka out there to kick the ball over 50 yards. He was scared. We kept going for it. It probably cost us the game. If we had a kicker that would have kicked the ball, that could kick the ball more than 50 yards in a little bit of weather, we would have probably won that Cleveland game. So Sean McDermott's looking for a kicker to come in who can kick the ball longer than 50 yards, that he can trust for longer than 50 yards. So the question you have with Tyler Bass is, can Tyler Bass beat Stephen Hauschka under 50 yards? So if Tyler Bass can even be as close to Stephen Hauschka inside 50, I think he's going to win it. If not, I think Kari Vedvik takes the lead in the punter competition because Kari Vedvik can also be a kicker. He can kick it from 50 plus, and he can take the pressure off Stephen Hauschka by being your kickoff guy. So I know it's sort of a long-winded answer and a very technical answer, but I love the pick because to me, that Cleveland game could have been won last year if we had a kicker that kicked the ball more than 50 yards.
Yeah, I think Hauschka's done. Yeah.
Screw Harry Anderson, who screwed him up.
I love Hauschka. I think he's a great guy. But a great guy doesn't kick field goals, right? Like, your personality is not going to kick field goals for you. So I think he's getting a little bit older, but that's okay. You know, we drafted Bass. I think it was the wrong kicker. Everybody wanted a punter. Everybody, you know, no one at the Fanatics, it seems like, likes Bojo, which I like. I like Bojo. It's a cool name. Like, why would I not like Bojo? So, but no, I love kickers. And yes, that is really Chris Collins, who has the IMDb page.
Yes.
All right. This one's a good question. Is Chiefs versus Bills the best chance at a home primetime game? What do you think, Chris?
I would love that to be the primetime game, but it is not. The Jets or the Pats. The Pats is going to be. It's the Pats. The Pats. Ooh. Sorry.
See, I'm feeling the Jets because of that Darnold versus Allen, and I wouldn't sleep on Seattle either because Seattle gets a lot of primetime games. It's a home game, so maybe they want Seattle to play later, having to come out to the East Coast. So those are the two games I'd have my money on. The Rams stick out too. Just those teams that you typically put on the primetime. I could see Chiefs Bills being flexed to 4:15. I don't think we're gonna have as many 1 o'clock games this year, which makes me sad.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. No, man, I'm busy. Like early Sunday mornings, like I'm busy. Like I gotta.
It's 10 in the morning for me. I like to sleep in on weekends.
Bro, I gotta cook, right? And then I'm going to my in-laws, right? I'm going to go hang out with them. And then like after that, then I'm going home. Like then I can watch football. If not, like I'm on the iPad and I'm like sitting here looking at it, and that's just rude. Like I don't want to be that guy that's rude.
I had to watch a game on my cell phone last year. That was the sad part, is when I had to watch a game on my cell phone last year.
Thanksgiving, my wife's family, I love them to death. I love them, right? They are awesome, but they are not they're not a football family, right? So for Thanksgiving, I was at her parents' house and I was watching the Thanksgiving game on my iPad, right? With an AirPod in, watching the game and going, yeah, that's what I'm talking every 5 seconds. So, yeah, I'd rather just go home and watch it on my TV. Let's see. Come on. What other questions y'all have for me, for Steve, for Chris? Chris is out there in his shades with his nice Bills hat on, which I'm still don't know where he got. No one will tell me.
eBay.
I knew it. I said that. I said eBay. This man right here said the last Bills Seahawks Monday Night Football game was intense.
Robert
intense.
Wood.
Oh yeah.
Robert Wood. Shout out my guy Robert Wood.
What happened to Mike Gillisley? I miss Mike Gillisley.
He was with the Dolphins for a while, wasn't he? He just got cut. I think he just got cut by somebody. His name.
I miss that guy. He was with the Patriots and he fumbled a lot.
That'll happen every time.
That's what you get for leaving.
Let's see. Let's talk about the schedule. So the schedule's coming out Thursday. What are your thoughts on the schedule?
I really like Bills Jets for the first game, the 7 o'clock game on the Monday Night Football. Like whether it's in MetLife or in Buffalo, wow. The Bills seem to play the Jets a lot early, and that would see me screams the perfect 7 o'clock Monday Night Football game. Two teams that sort of like have their act together. Two teams with quarterbacks going into their third year. Two teams that like they had a really good draft, man. They had a really good draft. We discussed it on our podcast. They're really bad at corner and they're really bad at edge, but the Jets have filled a lot of holes. They just need a couple more positions. They're probably a year or two away from being true competitors, but people are going to hate me for
they don't have a coach.
People are going to hate me for saying this. Yeah, I don't like Adam Gase either, but it's the New York market, and I like Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold's going to get people to tune in and watch. Josh Allen versus Sam Darnold's going to get people to tune in and watch. I wouldn't be surprised if I had to put my money on that early 7 o'clock Monday Night Football game, the one where they use the B team announcing, or the A team announcing crew, I should say. Well, I'd be for Monday Night, for ESPN, every crew is a C team, but 7 o'clock Monday Night Football opening week, Bills Jets, calling it. I just decided to, just off the top of my head now, I'm calling it.
Great call.
Chris.
We have our own show, so I can do things like this now, right?
We have our own show. Chris, who will be our starting cornerback too? Is it going to be you?
It's going to be Josh Norman. Is that a silly question?
I don't know. Joseph Tillman was yelling in the comments. I just thought I'd put it up there.
That all caps really. He really wants to know.
It's Josh Norman. They brought him in. He's from Carolina originally, and he just brought him in. Iron sharpens iron.
That's what they say.
Familiar with the systems up here. So, Josh.
Okay, word.
I can dig that because Sean McDermott even came out and said last week, like he was misused in Washington, and we didn't draft a corner early, and Sean McDermott got the best football out of Josh Norman. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Buffalo Bills think they can squeeze a year or two of really high level play out of Josh Norman.
When you think about the Bills' practice this year, it's going to be Trey White and Josh Norman lining up against Diggs and Brown. So our team is only going to make each other better every week. So when they come out of the gate, it's just going to be like Pro Bowlers versus Pro Bowlers practicing all week, and on Sundays they're going to light people up. People aren't going to be ready. So that's my big speech of the podcast.
I got a question for you here, Chris. You're out in LA. You know how the inner circles of Hollywood works. So this is my question for you.
I'm bracing.
You got Dawson Knox and his luscious curls, and you got Tommy Sweeney and his
Nashville boy,
and you got Tommy Sweeney and his mustache. Who would make it farther in Hollywood? Dawson Knox with those curls, or Tommy Sweeney with that mustache?
Depends on which industry they go to.
I feel like anybody can grow a mustache, but the curls are natural. So I'm gonna give it to the Curls. But I think they should play twin cops. They look like brothers. I mean, what's going on? Twin
that would
Towers.
be a great buddy cop show right there.
I'd watch it. I'd watch it all day long.
Yeah,
all day long.
Too similar though. You need opposites for comedy. So you probably have Trey White as the detective, and then Tommy Sweeney playing the Bruiser. So,
Chris, who would be their precinct captain? I'm just really into this now.
I feel like Alexander comes out of retirement and just cracks the whip as precinct captain.
Who comes out of retirement?
Lorenzo Alexander.
Oh boy, I can see that.
Chris, I have a question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready?
He doesn't actually have a question. He's pausing for comedic relief.
No, I have a question. I don't have my own IMDb page. I have a question for you. All right, are you ready? Okay. Do you know anything about? Well, let me rephrase this. Do you enjoy talking to Bill's Mafia? Do you enjoy interacting with fans?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't like doing that? Do you like having debates with fans? Do you like just chatting it up with them every so often?
Big time, yeah. I wake up,
yeah.
First thing I think of is, who can I debate on Bill's Mafia today?
Exactly. Like, you want to have that mentality. You want to go and you want to talk to Bill's Mafia. So my question is, are you on our Flick Chat?
On your what?
Our Flick Chat. We have partnered here at Buffalo Fanatics, has partnered with an app called Flick Chat, and we have our own premium channel. And guess what, Chris? You know what the best thing about this is? It's free. Like, you don't have to pay anything to join. You just join. You go down here. There's a link somewhere on this page, right? And you click it, and you just join Flick Chat. And you can talk to me. You can talk to Steve. You can talk to Pierre. You can talk to Bobby. I can name everybody, right? You can talk to us. Rico, for all the fans who are yelling, "Where's Rico?" You can talk to Rico at the same time. But the best thing about this is we have over 800 people on the Flick Chat right now talking Bill's Mafia. So, Chris, what I have challenged for you is I challenge you to go and join it and come talk to us. And he's drinking. He's like, nope, don't even care. Just
I can't wait to join you on the app that you shamelessly plugged. That'll be there.
What do you mean shamelessly plugged? No, that was just a great little intro by Ray.
We're gonna get him a new backdrop next week where it's
Hashtag.
just the Flick Chat. We're gonna get you the Flick Chat background next week for your you.
I want to shout out Tim LaRue in the comments. A friend, Tim LaRue from Connecticut. Shout out to him.
I don't. Did he comment? I'll put him on here.
Flip Chat is the future.
We have that power.
I do have that power.
Isn't it called Flick Chat?
It is called Flick Chat. That's all right. Is it on PC or something? So it's an app. So if you have your phone in front of you, everybody's got their phone in front of you. You just go to the Instagram. If you go anything like that, you're gonna see a little tag that says "Come and join us, talk BF Chat" or something like that, and you just click on that bad boy and come and holler at us. And then I thought Casey's question was going to be about the Illuminati. No, it's something better than Illuminati. We're not allowed to talk about the Illuminati, or we'll get #burnt. Here's a good one from Trek Reviewer. We talk about this all the time, right? Do you think Patrick DeMarco is our fullback this year, or will it be rookie Reggie Gillum playing fullback? Chris, do you know anything about Reggie Gillum?
I don't, but I know whoever's better at special teams will be on the roster. So,
and you know what's crazy is Reggie Gillum had like 15 billion block kicks when he was at Toledo. Like, it was insane. Steve, tell us all about Reggie Gillum, because I know you have him.
He had 6 blocked kicks. Well,
that's 15 billion in special teams terms.
I'm just a fan of anyone who played in the MAC. Anyone who truly knows me at my core knows that there's nothing, that I enjoy more than some nice, like, Tuesday, Wednesday night, November MACtion, being a University of Buffalo grad. That being said, yep, University of Toledo boy, block kicks, play fullback, play tight end. He's a great blocker. He's a great team guy. If there's anyone on the UDFA list other than Trey Adams that's got a real shot at making this roster, I think it's Reggie Gillum. But he could be bound for the practice squad because Patrick DeMarco just redid his contract, and he's got a lot of guarantees for this one last year on his contract.
What a lot of people don't understand is Sean McDermott chose Pat DeMarco like one of his first like signings, right? He loves his leadership. So that's something that you will miss if Reggie replaces him. So that's something that you have to keep in mind when it comes to the culture and what they're trying to build there in Buffalo. All right. Will Fromm be the backup or will Barkley? That is such a good question from Dried Ocean, which, by the way, rockin' name. That sounds like a one of those bands.
Sounds like Andy Dwyer's band in Parks and Rec right there.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That's an Andy Dwyer band name. Will Fromm be the backup or will it be Barkley? Chris, what do you think?
I think it's going to be Matt Barkley, and Fromm will be on the practice squad. And then after this year, they'll probably make a decision.
So it's going to be hard to put Jake Fromm on the practice squad because I really think he's going to get snatched up real quickly, like the last roll of toilet paper in Tennessee.
I think they'll keep 3. I feel like keeping 2 QBs is so risky, and they really got bit in the behind with that Peterman year, having him start. And I feel like they learned their lesson there. To have 3 QBs, it's the NFL. You can't just have 2 and cross your fingers. They're going to keep 3. Let's be real.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. I don't think Fromm is there yet. He's the opposite of Josh Allen in ways, like accuracy. Josh Allen's not the most accurate quarterback, and that's okay. He's still learning, so no one kill me right now. But Jake Fromm is really accurate, okay? But Jake Fromm has a noodle arm, whereas Josh Allen can throw the ball over the mountain like Uncle Rico. So there's a little bit of difference there. I don't think Jake Fromm is going to be a starter, but I do see him making a career as a backup. 10 years in the league as a backup, I'll do that all day long. What, you can pay me like $500,000? Like, Jesus Christ, yeah, I'll do that. There was one question for you over here that I saw. What did you study at UB?
History and political science. So yeah, I did my 5 years at UB. I was a super senior. Didn't take my first 2 years in college very seriously. That was a mistake. Cost me a lot of money. Then I head over to Buff State and finished my round trip by getting my master's degree at Canisius. So I actually went to every college in Buffalo. Fun fact. They have all my money. You went to Canisius, Chris? You went to Canisius?
Go Griffs.
Oh, yeah.
What are you drinking, Chris?
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. We've got just a short time left with us. I do want to say to make sure you go to BF Fan Shop and buy some Buffalo gear. We're definitely need to hook Chris up with a nice Buffalo Fanatics shirt. If you're anything like me and you've been wearing these same shirts for the past 4 years and you've just been surviving off your in-laws buying you stuff for Christmas, then you definitely need to go to a BF Fan Shop and go, yeah, Chris, you're making a face, but literally it hit me yesterday. Me and my wife were talking and I was like, you know what? I haven't bought a shirt in 4 years. I've been wearing the clothes that I get from Christmas all the time. So it's an easy way to do your shopping, but you can go to BF Fan Shop and buy some clothes there. We've got everything from a Jake Fromm shirt to a You Dig. And I buy everything in tank tops because it's suns out, guns out every day. So just a few more minutes back.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for some new clothes that aren't Buffalo related clothes, my fiance took me to the store called Target. They got some good shit there.
Target?
You ever been to Target?
Yeah, I was there the other day. We bought like a cake platter thing.
They got some fancy shit there, man.
Chris, is that a green screen behind you, or are you really out there in sunny California?
This is a real background, boys and girls.
Is that the top of your building? Gets a tan out there? Do you have like a grill set up? You grill or anything?
I did have a grill. I had to recently throw it out because it was defunct. But I definitely tan out here regularly, and it's a great time.
It's a great time to tan. What time is it there?
It is 6:57 Pacific time. So
it's all right, guys. What do you? Oh, this is a good one. I like this question. So, what do you think is the most improved position coming into this year?
Ooh,
I'm sorry with you, Chris. Oh, come on!
I just yelled
Steve.
something. Sorry.
Chris, you can also say wide receiver. You're the guest here. It's like the guest that we don't make you take your shoes off before you come into the house. It's like one of those, right? You're that guest today.
I am gonna say defensive line because that's where the overhaul is taking place. And they got Addison and they got Espinoza and Shaq bounced and Jordan Phillips bounced, but I think they brought in some heat. So I'm just gonna say that it's a rogue answer, but I already said it, so take it.
Yeah. If they add Everson Griffin, I'll be so pumped. Like that defensive line would be sick.
I didn't even think of that possibility.
Give me some Everson Griffin, and that line would be filthy next year. And since I think they're one piece away, despite the fact that I agree with Chris, they add a lot of talent, a lot of beef to that defensive line. I'm going to go a wide receiver because Isaiah Hodgins can catch everything. Gabe Davis can get down the field, and he can develop into a number 2 in time. And I can't wait to watch him run verticals out of the slot. I think that's something that's really going to open up the deep ball for Josh Allen. Because you picture it, you got Diggs and you have Brown on the outside, and the safeties are thinking about him and the corners are thinking about him. You could, in 4 wide receiver sets, get Gabe Davis matched up on a safety, get Gabe Davis matched up on a linebacker, on a small nickel corner. You send him vertical, and it's going to be one-on-one, man v man, and Josh Allen's going to have some opportunities to throw the ball to Gabe Davis down the field. So on top of having Stephon Diggs, on top of having John Brown in the boundaries and being the crisp route runners and the wide receiver number 1s that they are, it's going to open up things for guys like Gabe Davis, Cole Beasley, Dawson Knox. So I'm pumped because I think the one thing missing last year was that other receiver on the boundary to take the attention away from some guys. We finally got that with Stephon Diggs.
I just wanted to point out Dried Ocean's comment. Kicker is a sleeper improvement. A man after my own heart. I'm a big kicker. Or woman.
I love this name, Dried Ocean.
Dried Ocean. You better watch out. He might steal
I'm
that.
Changing my Twitter handle, I think.
All right. I agree. I think it's edge. I love the wide receiver position, but I really think it's edge, and a lot of people are going to say it's not. They don't like it, but that's fine. Whatever. I'd rather that pass rush hit them real hard. I like the depth that we got with AJ Epinesa getting younger there. But yeah, I want to point this out one more time. Then we're going to say our thanks, and we're gonna get out of here. Where the F is Rico?
I'm gonna get a shirt that says that.
I know. No, we should make Rico have the Where's Waldo shirt on, and just have that as a shirt, and that should be like what we wear when we do our Monday shows.
On the background, instead of Josh Allen, just have like a Where's Waldo landscape with Rico somewhere in there that people can spend their time looking for Rico.
So. Rico's he's the guy that normally does YouTube shows, and Chris, you got lucky and you just happened to come in on our first ever show on Monday. So once again, to all the listeners out there, the visual watchers, I guess, to everybody who's watching right now. My name is Casey, and this is Steve, and this is the Judge and Read show, and we will be every Monday at 9 Eastern. Coming to you live for YouTube. We're going to be doing this all the time. Today we were joined with my man, Chris Collins. We are now BFFs. We're getting matching tattoos that say Chris and Casey all day. But Chris has his own IMDb page. He joined us today. He makes funny videos for everybody. So we want to thank you, Chris. Chris, I've been plugging stuff all show long. Is there anything that you would like to plug right now? Nothing at all? You don't want to plug that Insta? You don't want to plug your Twitter?
Plug my Venmo?
Plug your Venmo, whatever. I mean, whatever helps you. What is your...
Follow me on Instagram. I'm like so close to 10K, but again, I really don't...
You're right there.
I'm going to record the videos with me, my friend Bill Quick. Follow him at BKWIEK. He's a good friend of mine shooting the videos. And Ella Poletti, ELLAPOLETTI on Instagram and Twitter. She shoots all the videos and puts up me being like, it's about the ranch, the blue cheese. Shout out to them.
I got one last question for you, Chris.
Oh, we better hurry up. We're running out of time.
Have you ever heard of the FlickChat app?
That's a good question. I've got another rant for it if you want. No, but for real, you should join us. You should join the FlickChat app. That would be great for all of Bill's Mafia. But anyways, I want to thank you so much, man. This is awesome. It was a great experience for me to finally get you on here. And anytime you want to come back, man, hit me up. To all the viewers out there, my name is Casey, and that's Steve down there in the bottom left-hand corner, and this is the Judge and Read Show. You can find me on Twitter. Only thing I'm on is Twitter, so you can find me on Twitter at Read, RED, and Weep. And you can find Steve where?
On Twitter at Judge Mathis.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in next Monday night at 9 Eastern.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it. It's been really fun.
We appreciate it. Thank you.